Hello, and welcome to another episode of Break the Cycle with me, your host, Joshua Smith. I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening tonight. We are supposed to have a guest tonight, Maj Sheree from Black Guns Matter, who's been a good friend of mine for some time, and I was excited to have him on, but I cannot get a hold of him now, so we're just going to go on and do the show without him until he shows up. Hopefully he's okay, and there's nothing wrong with him. That's something that I'm a little concerned about, but before we get too far into this thing, of course, let's start off with some sponsors. We got TopLobster.com, the man, the myth, the legend, my good friend and partner on Break Cycle, where you can get this great Epstein Didn't Kill Himself bright purple hoodie that you see me wearing tonight by using BTC at checkout for a 10% discount, or you can join the Patreon, subscribe, become a member of the YouTube channel under all of my videos by hitting the join link, where you can get into a private Discord server and get all of Top Lobster's new gear up to 2 weeks before it goes to the general public at like a 30% discount. Really great stuff. You'd be supporting two content creators and also saving money if you're buying Top Lobster's new gear, which is a great thing, in my opinion. I just got some headphones finally. I sat down and started the show without headphones like an idiot. But, you know, that's what happens. Sometimes shit happens. It could.
I wouldn't set that expectation.
Let's check in with our co-hosts, AJ Fisher and Mr. Ryan Kurt. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Can I get some yep cocks in the chat real quick? It's been a while since I've seen some, so I'm a little disappointed in you guys.
Yeah, we did not get enough yep cocks in the chat. I don't know what's going on here. Like I said, guys, I'm really sorry. I do have Maj booked for tonight. I got the Stonewall. This is why we need to raise the revenue of the show so that we can just fly people in, because then we know they're here before we start the show. They can just sit down on the couch. They're ready to go. We won't have these two jabronis over here making out with each other. We can put them on separate areas. What was that? What were you going to say something?
No,
you didn't lean
I was leaning into you.
Oh, for a hug. That's sweet. Guys, check out executive producer of the show, anthemplanning.com, for all your emergency and crisis planning needs. Check them out today, see what they can do for your business, home, or personal life. They're doing a wonderful job that the government has historically sucked at much cheaper and much more efficiently. They help organizations solve unsolvable problems in the technology and HR arenas. Their team leads by example. Anthem consultants have led their own organizations through demanding periods of change. Now they help clients succeed in the face of technology and personnel challenges. Plus, they're just amazing. You think I would have that memorized by now? I just don't. I'm bad at memorizing stuff. That's why I'm not an actor. Personnel
challenges, yeah. Well,
brownies.
It's weird. When I was like younger, I used to be really good at memorizing stuff. Like in middle school, I would just sit there and like look at the girl I had a crush with during band rehearsal because I had all the music memorized. But now I can't memorize anything.
It's so funny that he doesn't smoke pot to me. Don't you just, every time he starts talking, you're like, are you sure you're not a pothead?
My personality is like already one that it seems like I smoke pot, so I've already got like pot coursing through my veins just because of genetics, so I don't need any more.
You fit right in.
Unexplainable.
Again, guys, if you're just hopping on, I just want to let you know that
the COVID vaccine.
Hey, shut up, dude. I just want to let you guys know that Maj is not here yet. If he does show up, we'll bring him into the show. Hopefully he does show up. Maj, if you're watching, I sent you a link in 2 different places, buddy. So let's get this going. Guys, Speaker of the House. Shit is crazy. 11 failed votes now. 11. Are you guys following?
13.
Is it 13?
I think 13's happening tomorrow. I think there's been 12, but the real question is who's going to get to 13 losses first? McCarthy, or the Denver Broncos.
Oh, geez, dude. With Russell Wilson, I mean, it's a toss-up, dude.
It's supposed to be 10 p.m. tonight, I believe. They
Another vote?
They gavelled it till 10 p.m. tonight, East Coast time, I think. So, stay tuned.
Jeez. Well, I don't know. I have no idea what we're talking about tonight. I was prepared for an entirely different show, and that we are not having now. So,
I do have something.
oh, great. Here we go. Let's let Ryan pick some stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, it's gonna be about one of your favorite people in this world, Jordan Peterson. And the question of whether basically he's going to be able to be called Dr. Jordan Peterson anymore, because the
is that not his pronoun anymore?
The Canadian Board of Psychologists is attempting to. They're saying either go to re-education training or have your license removed.
Oh, Canada.
And so because
social media,
retraining. So because of his social media activity, they're attempting to
remove his license.
Remove one of the greatest psychologists of all time from being able to practice his profession. He's the 11th most cited psychologist ever, and he's a leader in his field. And I think this is a very important battle. I think when they tried to institute the Ministry of Truth, and if there isn't proper pushback, they're going to be able to. They'll realize they can get away with anything, and this is going to be a more fractured social credit score. And so you're going to have medical licenses and psychology license and teaching licenses and all sorts of things threatened to be removed if you don't comply with how they want you to act on social media. And this is I think a potential breaking point if they can get away with it with a huge public figure and someone undeniably great at in his field like Jordan Peterson. Then they can get away with it with literally anyone.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and they will. I mean, that's the sad part is they have so much support for that kind of shit against civil. It's funny because they turn the side of humanity that used to be pro civil rights entirely against civil rights, which is just it blows my mind if you think about it. I mean, and was that side ever actually about the civil rights? Well, yeah, maybe not their politicians. We know that their politicians were, pulling the wool over a lot of people's eyes to, like LBJ and people like that to try and get, the black vote. I mean, to put it frankly, they wanted the black vote and they wanted to get Democrats voting black or blacks voting Democrats forever. And they did that by saying they were the party of civil rights. And so there are a lot of people that came from that side that were pro civil liberties. They were pro human rights. They've worked with a lot of the old heads have worked with human rights organizations, and now it's like the floppening, right? Like they've now become so anti-civil liberties if it hurts their feelings that it's almost astonishing to me to think about. I mean, and it's like it's akin to what happened in during COVID, right? We saw the left flip from anti-corporation to pro-corporation. We saw the left flip from anti-big pharma to pro-big pharma and Western medicine. And we saw the right flip to a more anti-police state. We saw the right flip to a more holistic care approach, which is bizarre and crazy in itself. When I see vegan, crunchy, organic moms that are calling themselves Republican, you know what I mean? Like you didn't see that in the 90s, dude. Like that's not a thing that happened in the 90s at all.
You didn't see that in the 2010s.
No.
Like my flute professor is a crunchy, hippie, vegan type. And now you can see that same kind of person be Republican, and it's wild.
Right. Yeah, dude. It's just the floppening. I mean, that's how I leisurely talk about it, right? It's the flopping. They've completely flopped in all kinds of aspects, but that's probably one of the very craziest ones. Is the left has become a pro fiat, pro central banking, pro war, pro big corporation, pro big pharma. These are all things that they were anti, and it's just absolutely insane to think about. And so when we're talking in regards to Jordan Peterson having his license pulled, the government of Canada especially, I mean, probably more so than any other government in the world, in my opinion, are going to get away with that because they have so much fucking support, dude.
Yeah, and because Canada for the longest time has been able to come across as, kind of the neutral, the central, the center, we're not crazy right like America, and
Right.
we're not crazy left like, England, things like that. We're somewhere in the weird middle. Well, now they're so far they
The Overton window's been
yeah,
booted
they
down the
just
field.
sprinted left
Yeah.
so fast that people
But it's not
didn't have
even
time to
is it even left though?
update their image.
That's my other concern too. Is it left? Is it left?
I guess it's just more authoritarian.
I
in
mean,
general.
they've literally become the Nazi National Socialist brown shirt movement, that turns their neighbors in for things that they find offensive, that they find to be against the tyrannical state. They've now become the Nazi brown shirt, tyrannical, National Socialist state. That's really what they are. They are nationalizing industry. They're using fascism to push medical agendas in cahoots with these big pharmaceutical companies. Which, when people talk about fascism, right, the left especially, when they talk about fascism, what they're saying is, you're offending me, so you're a fascist. But what fascism really is, and what Mussolini, who one of the people who coined the term, said, it was a merger of corporate power and state. That's what it is. And so, to me, fascism and socialism are one and the same. When the government overtakes industry and runs it and says that, hey, this is for the people, but it's the same thing. There was no huge glaring difference between Hitler and Mussolini and Stalin. These big people who took over countries and kind of just did whatever they wanted. They and we don't talk about this enough. In World War II, Stalin wanted to genocide a bunch of people in his country too, right? But after World War II and seeing the effects that it had on the rest of the world for Hitler, he couldn't, because all eyes were on Stalin. Oh man, the Russia just won World War II. They went in and they crushed the Nazis and this and that. If he had gone back and genocided his people publicly, like a Holocaust style.
He didn't do it publicly.
No, I know. And he killed a lot of people. He killed
thousands. I don't know.
Oh no, he killed millions.
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 Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I was going to say that proportion of Russian people.
Especially through the famines. I mean, there was several ways that it was done.
The number varies a little bit, but I've heard up to 20 million.
Communism killed 100 million people in the 20th century. 100 million people, dude, in the 20th century. You want to talk about what's really a threat to the health of humans? Communism is one of the very biggest, and second in that line is every other government in the history of the world, right? There used to be a big attack on there for religion too. I think that when they had Crusades and the religious wars, the holy wars, a lot of people died from those too. But there were like two religions fighting each other most of the time. You know what I mean? And
but how much of those were how separate were religions and governments at the time? That's kind of one of the founding principles of America.
They were the same thing.
Yeah. So you could just say it was government.
Yeah. And you guys know I'm really religious now. I was just baptized recently, and I'm not gonna go kill anybody for my religion unless I'm fighting a a war against actual evil, then I'd think about it. But I don't want to, and I don't even really want to use my religion to legislate either. You know what I mean? Like as a libertarian, that's just not a good thing for me, I think. But also, people left to their own devices. I'm getting to a point in my life at 40. I'll be 40 in 2 months, from like 2 months and 3 or 4 days or something like that. And I'm getting to a point in my life where I'm almost like, dude, can we have a free society anymore? Is that something that we can do? Because it's like, dude, it's so bad, right? But then I have to kick myself and start thinking about, the fact that we don't live in a free society now, that it's just been a charade the whole time, and that democracy has really kind of driven us to where we are today. And it is the will of the majority voting against the minority that has caused all of the problems that we have right now. But anyways, I don't want to ramble on too much. I want to get to some of these super chats since we are without Maj still. I'm going to start addressing some super chats, and we'll talk about whatever it is you guys want to talk about in the chat. So if you guys drop your super chats, we'll talk about whatever it is you guys want to talk about. I'm totally cool with that. But we'll start out with Quest Fanning, dropped a $10 super chat. Thank you, Quest. We appreciate you. Quest, a longtime listener to the show, great friend. I'm amazing dude. One of the nicest guys I ever met. He says, in an environment where the basic concept of self-defense has been demonized, how do we start to chip away at the corporate media narrative and get folks to realize net positives of firearms ownership? And I'm sure that was a question for Maj, because Maj is entrenched in that culture, and so is AJ to a extent, and so am I too. Ryan less so, I think.
Own firearms, but not into them.
Well, and here's, this kind of goes back to what I'm saying about can we have a free society, right? Like it's, I don't know that we can beat that narrative anymore. You know what I mean? Like the anti self-defense, anti-gun, pro attacking businesses, and I mean, I don't know that we can ever combat that again, and that's why I've become such a staunch. So it's one of the reasons, probably one of the biggest reasons I become such a staunch supporter of a national divorce, a peaceful national dissolution of the union, because I don't want to share a country with people like that anymore, because I can't get to them. No matter what I do, I can't. They refuse to understand the importance of self-defense, of individuality. I mean, just everything that I believe in.
But when one side of the argument is completely censored, that's what happens. Okay, that's what we have to do, like as a culture, and I think Elon Musk is helping do this with Twitter right now for free speech. If we can have the conversation with people and have an honest conversation where there's facts involved, I think the argument's very easy for constitutional carry and the Second Amendment to exist as it was written. I think it's possible.
And I think we're quietly winning.
What?
I think it's very, very quietly winning. Because,
oh, sure. I don't think we're losing in the grand scheme of things.
We're at the point where half the states in the United States have constitutional carry.
Well, some of those, you got to also remember, some of those states always had it.
Yeah, but like compared to like 1990, there were only like a handful that did, and now there
was like 15 to 20.
But like Iowa, and
Vermont, if you can believe that, is one of them.
Yeah, I can believe it. But and things like Idaho just passed legislation that allows you to act in self-defense against officers of the law.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and so there's been this kind of snowballing of quiet wins in legislation, like the strict scrutiny in Iowa.
Yeah.
Where it's quietly.
I won't call it a win in Iowa until we have passed a hell no, we won't listen to the federal government law when it comes to that.
We have 37 out of 99. We have 37 counties right now that are Second Amendment sanctuary counties.
Right.
So technically,
but there's a shit ton of counties here too.
Technically, that's true. So we're like a third of the way done.
For how small this state is, the fact that there's so many counties here is mind-blowing, dude. Mind-blowing. If you ever look at a county map,
all land,
dude, it's crazy.
Expensive land. So
yeah.
split it up.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It really is crazy. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know that it can. I don't know that we're at a point, especially not now. I don't think we're at a point anywhere near where we can defeat that narrative. And I think that we will get quiet wins. We'll get losses too, though. We're not always gonna win, dude. You know what I mean? On every single one of those.
We can talk about an L that Illinois has taken.
Oh god.
So, J.D. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, has not signed this yet.
Right.
But as of I think like 1 p.m. today, they passed an assault weapons ban and a magazine ban. And I don't have the particulars on that, but it got passed, so he's probably going to sign it.
I'm not at all surprised. JP Pricks, he's just an absolute piece of shit. And the funny thing is when he's out of office, it's probably going to end up being Lori Lightfoot becoming the governor of that damn state. She's 100 times worse. 100 times worse.
Aren't you required to be human to be governor, or is that like just not in the rules?
Dude, do you
Like,
do you
there's
not
no rule
understand-
that says a dog can't play basketball.
Do you
There's
not understand who runs the government, dude? Do you think those people are
It's
human?
the fucking Clockwork Elves.
No, it's the literal pot-belly vampire goblins or lizard people. That's what you get.
Lightfoot, Joe Biden.
Okay, do you think Joe Biden runs anything
No.
except for like
He-
streaks down his
Yeah,
shorts?
he runs in his pants for sure. He definitely runs in his pants.
IV. It's powered down.
There's no way they gave that guy the real vaccine. He definitely got a placebo.
No,
He
that was
definitely got a
wasn't
placebo.
wasn't there like a video or something where they I don't know. They said
He was
they're
on a
not
set.
actually
He was on
giving
a
him the
set when he
shot.
got the shot. Do you remember
Right.
that? He was on like a movie set
Right.
that was in
Yeah,
a
it was
studio
across
at the
the
White
street.
House. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a studio. I don't know if they give him the actual
I don't
shot
think it was
or not.
real. And they're like, well, of course it wasn't real. That's for the show or whatever.
Or
Like, what?
or was it the actual Joe Biden? I saw some photos.
Yeah, it might not have been the real Joe
today,
Biden
like,
at all. Yeah.
It's ears, right?
Yeah, different earlobes. Well,
No, I think the ears are bullshit.
I think what it might be is a hidden earpiece that they disguise to look like his
He
earlobe.
has an earpiece, right? He has.
Yeah,
Oh, he
and
definitely
I think
wears an
it's I
earpiece.
think it's on the earlobe.
He definitely wears an earpiece, and he probably wears a mask too to cover his lizard face, like the rest of them do. That's right. Have you ever noticed like the floppy neck skin and all
If you
kinds
slow
of?
it on the tape, you can see it. There's
Yeah,
a shimmer.
there's like a little flop on their
There's a
neck right here.
seam and they got sloppy.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but my beard is getting out of control. Really need to do.
I was gonna mention it was getting very coquettish.
It's like worse than his is, and my hair is a mess too. Like so I have this weird thing where I get anxiety when I go to get my hair cut. So like I have like a pretty bad anxiety. I've been dealing with it pretty much my whole life, but it got a lot worse when I got in the military and some other things, and I don't know what it is, but sitting in a barber's chair literally sets off my anxiety hell bad.
Just shave your head.
Well-
Shave your head at home.
No, I have beautiful, dude. I have beautiful hair. Why would I shave my head?
Yeah, I do too, but I shaved it off. I buzzed my head in college. It was maintenance free.
I can't do it. And so,
grow it out.
well, I mean, we're getting long, dude. Like this is long.
That's like 3 months of growth for me.
This is long for me. And
My buddies.
yeah, we know you got luscious locks, dude. But I get this anxiety thing. So the last couple times I went to get my haircut, I've taken one of my children to get their haircut too, because I can't get them all cut at the same time, or it'd be like $500. Right, and so I take one, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take Adric and get a haircut, and then I'll get a haircut too while I'm there. And so we'll get Adric in there, and she's like, oh yeah, I'll have time for you when he's done. I'm like, all right. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like kind of anxious, like, oh, I got other things I could do. I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Take me off the list. I'll come back later. I got a show to do tonight. So, and so I don't get my haircut. I do this frequently, dude.
Where does it come from? Where's the anxiety?
I don't know. I was never like molested in a barber shop or something. Like none of that ever
we
happened.
could change that.
Yeah, we could. No, I don't. I honestly don't know. Like I just something happens, dude. I get like I'll start getting like dizzy in the barber chair and stuff, and like I don't know. It's really bizarre, dude. And so I've grown into this like weird spot where I like really, really, really try to lag on getting my haircut.
You need exposure therapy.
I don't know what it
Yeah.
is.
Just sit in the chair without a haircut. Just sit there, get used to it.
Trim like
No, no, no.
spots, and then you leave.
It's just bizarre,
the
dude.
next day.
And sometimes I'll make it through the whole haircut. You know what I mean? And then I'll start getting it right when they start to trim my beard, and I like can't have one half of my beard be like shitty, so I just have to sit there and like. Yeah, so I have to like sit there and suffer in silence while they trim my beard, like with my head all thrown back, and because I don't know how to trim my beard at all.
What if somebody came to your house to do it?
I don't know. That's what
Would it be different?
that's what Julie and I were talking about, was having someone come to do my hair, like
Yeah.
actually cut my hair.
That's what you should do. I did that during COVID. It was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, dude. I don't know what it is. It's a really bizarre thing for you to have anxiety over. But I do have like terrible anxiety. And I get anxiety attacks at other times too. Sometimes for no reason at all, just random. Yeah, that's what Julia's got a friend that does hair, and she's like, well, maybe we'll bring some to the house and see. And fuck, dude, if I don't got to leave my house and I can get a haircut. Yeah, well, and there was a time where I was taking some prescribed medications for that stuff, for the anxiety, and I'd take a pill and then go get my haircut, and there's no problem, right?
It worked?
Yeah, it was Valium, dude. Of course it worked.
It was like kind of drilling a little bit.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was either Valium or Xanax. I can't remember, but it was like, yeah, dude, I take one of those and go sit in the barber chair and be like, yeah, lady. Because like the barbers, my whole life, I've always had to pick a barber, and I have to stick with that barber for as long as possible. So it's always been like that for me, kind of.
More anxiety if it's a new person.
No, not necessarily, but it was for a long time. It was like I could only go to one person to get my hair cut, and there was like I had a lady who cut my hair for 8 years straight, dude. Legitimately.
My neighbor is studio in her basement. She cuts hair, so you could go there, and then I could come over and hold your hand while you do it.
Jesus, dude. Maybe I'll just get some more Valium.
Yeah, his
I don't
name's
know.
Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, he's like, puts the lotion on its hands.
Very smooth.
Outlaw Thoughts, thanks for its $2 super chat. He said Maj is late. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Something tells me that Maj is not coming. We're an hour overdue now, so it would be really funny. It would be really funny if Maj thought when I said 7:30 corn time that it was like 9:30 his time, which is Eastern. So if he just pops on at 9:30 his time, and I'm like, oh, look, we're just getting ready to close the show out. Let's do another show. Why not? And then Quest dropped another $2 super chat. Thanks. He said, Maj ain't making it, question mark. Thoughts on regulating.
Probably regulating.
Well, I don't think there should be any regulation. Fuck regulation.
Free men don't ask permission. Right? What do you think, Ryan?
Ryan asked for permission for
If you're
everything.
a free man, should you have to ask for Kim Reynolds? I'd say no.
Who the fuck is Kim Reynolds?
Oh, Kim Reynolds,
I'm just kidding.
our governor.
I know.
Yeah,
I don't mind her so
you
much.
have to win permits. Well, you can still get your permit if you want. but
We have
it's
a decent
constitutional
governor in Iowa.
Yeah.
Of the 50 of them.
She's okay.
She's better than a lot of the other ones.
I mean, with how it works currently, if you wanted to do something on public land, I could understand asking permission. If you wanted to like throw a concert on public land, that's like, okay, yeah, maybe
Why?
ask permission for that, because technically public land is like government managed land. Now, should it be government managed land? That's a
Isn't it
completely
our
different
land?
question.
It's our land. It's the natives' land.
It's my
It's
land.
property of the Iowa Indians.
This
Never
land
seen a
is
contract.
my land. This land is your land. Do you remember that? Do you remember that song?
Yeah. If you go to Living History Farms on the west side of Des Moines, so you can go to the Iowa Indian little camp, and there's huts there. You can see their way of life. They were here first. Just saying.
Yeah, well, they were also killing each other. They were like taking each other's land, killing each other,
I
slaughtering
think
each
their
other.
huts were empty when we got here.
Yeah,
They're
this
like,
this is
there's a bunch of blood and
listen,
skeletons.
listen,
That's it.
As someone who is more Native American than Warren, okay, Senator Warren, I can say that, and that's the truth. I listen. Almost every single blue-eyed person you meet will tell you that they have some Cherokee in them. That's the truth. I don't know what it is.
I have some truth.
And your blue eyes, yeah.
I think that's.
I'm technically married into the tribe.
But here's the thing: I'm not Cherokee. I am Creek Indian from Oklahoma. Okay, and my great grandmother was like 50%. So I have way more than Senator Warren does. Yeah, my great grandma Minnie, who was my grandma's mom's mom, was like half or even more than half Creek Indian from Oklahoma. So I can say that. That whole we came over here and stole the Indians' land and shit. Like, first of all, it's Native Americans. We don't call them Indians.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Indians are
I
from
said,
India.
I think I said natives.
Stop being a racist.
I think
Okay.
what the term that is encouraged to be used now, and this isn't like a woke term to fight back against. This is American Indian.
So Quest says he has to be up. He has to get up in 9 hours at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 corn time. He'll be chilling with us for 20 minutes and then got to go. I want you to know that after I do these shows most of the time, Quest, I have to go and put kids to bed still. And I don't get to bed until probably midnight. And I have to get up for work I have to be to work at 5:30. Yeah. I'm very lucky if I get 4 or 5 hours. Very lucky. So we came over here and the Indians were literally killing each other all over the whole country.
Yeah, I'm in 100%
I mean,
agreement.
slaughtering, genociding entire tribes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a whole narrative that there's one tribe or 3 tribes. There was hundreds to thousands of tribes.
Yes.
All over the United
And
States.
they were genociding
each other.
genociding
They were
each
kidnapping each other.
Yeah.
They were torturing each other.
rape, all of it.
Go talk to the
Yeah.
Apaches.
Yeah.
And
It was wild.
Like, there's no question American settlers did horrible shit as well, and there were sections of American settlers that got along with like the local tribes.
Yeah.
And had good relations. It's a wide spectrum of things, and disease was the biggest thing that killed.
Disease
off
was the
most of
number one
tribes.
killer in the world until
Yeah. And can
1920
we
or
please
something
debunk
like that.
the blanket thing?
Yeah.
We've debunked that on the show before, right?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't. But disease is still
yeah.
disease. If you think about it, like
Blanket thing never happened. By the way.
disease is still the number one killer of humans worldwide. It's just different kind of disease now.
Yeah.
Do you know what the number one cause of death in war is?
In war?
In war, it's disease.
Not now. It's not.
Maybe not now,
Not
but like
now.
World War I, World War II.
Yeah, in those for
Vietnam.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, disease was the number one
But
cause of death.
but you'd be absolutely retarded to say that about these wars these days, because I mean we've killed. I mean 100 million. There was there was 1 million dead Iraqis. I mean directly related to our foreign policy
yeah,
and war.
It's bombings and suicides.
Yeah. And I mean, you want to talk about terrible people. 500,000 dead Iraqi children since the 90s. That's a lot. That's a lot of dead people. What happened?
Your
go to
fiance
Oh,
just
my
came in chat. Your son just opened 3 oatmeal packets and poured them on the dog's head while I was putting the baby to sleep.
Oh my god, this is what I deal with, guys. You have no idea. This is just the norm for me now. It's so funny because I've talked about it a lot on the show, but I was like a bachelor in March of 2020, living with my best friend on the West Coast in California. We like cleaned up the house on Friday evenings after work and then partied all weekend. And like now I have a 2-year-old that pukes on me all over like through the whole entire night and pours oatmeal on dogs' heads. And I have 6 kids and sometimes 7 and sometimes both my grandkids now. And it's just really, really
And sometimes
bizarre.
my wife and I.
Yeah. Well, do you know what we just did? So Julia is actually a very smart person. I don't know if you guys can tell, but Julia is very smart.
Yes.
And I have to disclaimer. I have to say that because she's Italian. She'll stab me in my sleep, right? But so So we found a gym where they have a daycare in the gym. Okay. And the way the gym membership's set up at our gym is at a certain point of family members, they just stop charging you. So there's like a max charging for the family. And then, so like it's like $130 a month. Okay. It's like $130 a month. And we can bring all the kids down to the gym and leave them in the kids area. There's a basketball gym in there. They have like a full toddler area, all this stuff. Right. And they'll take the baby. And then we can, so we can go do things in the gym while the kids are being babysat at the gym, right? So like Julia, she's started doing a sales job, you know, and it's mostly calling, but she can't do it at home if she's got both the babies and stuff. She goes down to the gym, gets the kids in the babysitting area, and sits down at the gym and makes her phone calls, right? Yeah, and then so she just told me she said actually it's only 120. So they actually have a parents' night out there where you can drop the kids off and leave. This is for $120 a month.
What?
$120 a month.
Where's this at? Give him a shout out.
Oh, I can't right now. I don't want anybody to know where the fuck my
Yeah.
kids are hanging
But
out.
you can actually thank my brother and sister-in-law for finding you that.
Is that who it was?
My wife told your fiance about it, and my brother and sister-in-law, and they were the ones that found that gym,
Yeah.
and they go there.
Oh, nice. Well, we enjoy
Oh,
it.
there's enough clues. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, we like it. Especially, it's really good. It's really good for Adric too, because Adric just started basketball. So he started playing basketball, and they have a basketball gym in the kids area, so he can go in and play basketball and work on his shot and all that stuff's great stuff, man. I really like it. Hey guys, before we go too much further, I almost said it. Let's get a little word from our sponsors here.
The tree of liberty must be watered from time to time with the blood of tyrants. The official spirit of 1776, smooth, flavorful, Merlot. For any revolution, tyrants are losing their heads over this wine. Enjoy the taste of freedom. Drink the blood of tyrants.
Order today at bloodoftyrants.wine. Save 10% with the code BREAK.
All right, guys, go check out bloodoftyrants.wine if you can. So I know one of our listeners just ordered a case of wine from them.
Oh wow!
Which is pretty cool. So go check them out. Use break at checkout for a nice discount, and then you also get per bottle discount too if you're doing like a big order. Like if you get more than one bottle, every extra bottle you get a little discount. So it is good wine, and it is a good conversation starter to have a bottle of wine that says the blood of tyrants on it. I like it. So go check it out. What else you got? Let's look at Tweedledee over there. What's going on, buddy? What are you thinking about?
Damar Hamlin is breathing on his own.
He's
now.
awake. Yeah, he's awake and up,
breathing
man.
on his own. So did you hear the corny ass line that they gave that they told him when he woke up? Because apparently the first thing he asked is who won after he woke up. And they said, "You won, Damar. You won at the game of life."
Yeah, that was the
yeah,
most daytime soap opera shit I've ever heard in my life.
That happened. Yeah. Obama was there and everyone clapped.
And everyone
too.
clapped. And then someone's child started to
brought to you by Pfizer.
This message is brought to you by Pfizer. Yeah, and it's
Soft music plays.
Yeah, it's so funny because listen. If the guy literally had a heart attack, was dead for 9 minutes, actually probably dead longer because from what I understand they had to resuscitate him at the hospital again. Okay, if he went through this brutal experience, okay, and he woke up from a coma, and the first thing he asked was who won the game, that motherfucker wants to know who won the game, dude. He's a football player, right? Like if I don't know about you guys, but I played football for years, right? Into my 30s. I played my last season of semi-pro football. I think I was 33 or 34 years old. Okay. Started on both sides of the ball, Iron Man, that shit. Like I fucking love football, dude. It's my favorite sport. I pay attention to it like crazy. I could tell you stats on almost every player. I know more about it than Ryan does.
bull.
Shut up, Ryan.
Absolute bull.
Bro, I know more about it for like 40 years than you know about it this year, okay? Listen to me, okay? I actually played the sport for decades. We could have this conversation if you want to. But anyways, so if you wake up as a football player from a coma and you ask who won the game, motherfucker, tell me who won the game. Like, I want to know who won the game. And I understand that it would probably be very heartbreaking for him to learn that they suspended the game forever.
Yeah.
Because of his situation.
Yeah.
So just be like, yo, the game got suspended, dude. I'm sorry, nobody won, but it doesn't change the outcome of the AFC, right? And so
It might.
no, not going to.
They're
They released the whole, like every possible outcome today, and that game had like no bearing whatsoever on the AFC.
I saw that they released it, but I was like, that shit's like 3 pages, so I'm not gonna read it.
Oh yeah, see, I read the whole thing, and yeah, there's no, it's not going to change the outcome. It could possibly change the field advantage outcome,
Okay.
but that's it. Yeah, that's it. And so the way they're going to handle that is if it does change the outcome of a field advantage, that game is going to be played in neutral territory. So they're going to play it in another stadium, kind of like they did with the Bills and who was it? Bills and who was it that had to play in Detroit this year? Bills and somebody.
The Browns.
No, it wasn't the Browns.
Bengals?
Bengals.
No, it wasn't Bills and Bengals because that's what this game.
Oh, that's yeah.
It was Bills and Browns.
No, it wasn't the Browns, was it? I don't think it was the Browns.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know. I don't know why you guys froze up on me again. I did just get a text from I don't want to read it. He messed up. That's okay. Stuff happens.
We still love you, Maj.
That's fine. We can just reschedule.
Still a big
Please.
Mosh fan. Yeah, he said let me know and we'll get it rescheduled. And he's really sorry. Maj's a great guy, man. He's one of my favorites. So it sucks, but it is what it is. I'll have to use a different. I'll have to change the. Thumbnail. I'm a little out of it. Sorry, I'm having a rough day today, buddy. Let's talk about it. You guys got any funny stories?
Are we unfrozen?
Yeah,
How
I
does that make
unfroze you
you
guys.
feel?
Huh?
How does that make you feel?
Jesus, dude, shut up.
Creepy. Creepy. It's like the Idaho killer.
You got any funny
Let's
stories?
talk about
AJ?
the Idaho killer.
AJ, give us a. We should talk about.
Let's talk about.
Oh,
the
I
Idaho
wanted to
killer.
talk about this on the last show
So-
because. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
You first.
I'm mad, right?
Okay.
Like, I'm fucking mad here, dude.
You
Okay.
first.
When in the history of serial killers have they ever started the headline with registered blah blah blah? Okay. When
That's how I heard it.
was Jeffrey Dahmer a Democrat? Do you even know? Was he Republican? Do you even know? Do you know? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what Ted Bundy was?
Green Party.
Ed Gacy? Ed Gein?
Don't know who the Eds are. I've never heard of them.
It's like a JFK Democrat, maybe.
Okay. So, like, we don't know. But this one, in this day and age, in this political landscape, they start the headline with registered libertarian arrested in quadruple homicide in Idaho.
Yeah.
Dude, what?
Yeah. He's not a libertarian, by the way. Libertarian would have used a machine gun, obviously.
And he's not. And here's the thing: is I was like looking into this guy. He's totally like a left anarchist, dude.
Yeah. He's a psycho. He has that psycho stare
Yeah,
where it's just the giant eyes.
it's MK Ultra.
He's done, dude.
He's psycho, not autistic. That's why he's not libertarian.
Do you guys want to know something really crazy? I was reading the indictment, like, because well, for you guys that don't know, I'm also starting a murder mystery crime show on here too. I don't know if I'm going to put it on.
My wife is going to be your first guest.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm not going to do. It's not. I'm going to do like 30-minute like documentaries on cases.
Oh, gotcha.
And so that's something that I'm really into, and I'm going to start doing that. I don't know if that's going to be on this channel or if I'm going to start a whole new channel, but I am going to start doing those pretty soon. It's something I'm really into, and I think that it could be really good for the channel if I keep it on this channel. I'm also going to start doing card breaks too for you guys that are in sports cards. I'm gonna start doing live card breaks, box breaks for people that want to buy spots in those. But that'll probably be a separate channel. Anyways, so I was reading this thing, and I was not aware of this. The two roommates that were on the bottom level that didn't die, one of them walked right past them in the fucking house.
Yeah, that's the affidavit. She got up. He was at the door, 4:17 a.m. and he was just a dark figure with a mask on his face. He had a COVID mask.
Right.
And he walked. She was scared, apparently.
Yeah.
Kind of froze. He walked past her and walked out of the house.
Right. Walked right out of the house, and didn't say a word to her. And
I'm the guy that you just killed 4 of your friends in their sleep.
And she didn't think to call the
Adios.
police until the next day when they found out the roommates were dead.
I questioned the affidavit and I questioned her sobriety at the time.
Well, I think they were all out partying.
Yeah.
I think everybody was drunk in the
I
whole
think
situation.
it's possible she was blackout drunk.
I think they were all drunk. I think everybody in the house was pretty drunk. They had been partying. In fact, the two girls that were best friends that got murdered, they have video of leaving the bars and being all pretty stumbly.
Can we talk about kind of how freaky it is how they caught the killer?
Yeah, I mean, it was Big Brother shit for sure.
Yeah, because wasn't it his like grandparents took a 23andMe and that's how they found him?
Yeah.
And then you saw the 2 traffic stops.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
I haven't seen that.
the whole situation is so bizarre.
The whole thing is
There's
so
way
bizarre.
more to it than what we're hearing. There's just no doubt about it. And because, I mean, it should be like front page news that the roommate saw this guy in the house and didn't call the police, first of all.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care how drunk she was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I wonder how soon the police had metadata from the phones
Right.
to do geofencing.
Right.
I think I'm not saying they knew this guy did it right away. I'm saying I think they have in this particular case, they have a mountain of evidence that they did not release to the public.
Oh, there
A
had
mountain.
to. Yeah, had to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Digital
Had to have.
footprint.
Quest Fanning, thanks for the $2 super chat. He said collaborate with KTZ and Overruled for true crime. I have a few that I actually watch that I really enjoy. That chapter is definitely by far my favorite. He's an Irish dude from Ireland named Mike, and he's very cheesy and dorky, but for some reason it works really well for true crime. And then I watch Coffee Shop Crime as well. It's a British guy who's really good too. He's more like NPR style with his crime. His true crime's very NPR style. And then Mike's like, hey there, like super dorky and cheesy and lighthearted, and somehow it works really well. But I don't know which attitude I'm going to take towards it yet. I guess I'll figure that out when I start putting the videos together. But it's going to take some researching and stuff too, because I want to do it the right way and have actual video and of the when they get interrogated and stuff like that. And so I may just record voice, or I may have me in the video too. I don't know yet. But I have gotten decent with Adobe. So I wanted to start putting out more content anyways, and that's something that I'm really into, and I don't see why not. Especially if it brings more eyes to this channel where we can get some guests and stuff. And by the way, guys, if you have not heard us talk about it a million times, we want to start flying guests into this show. And we can accomplish that through donations from you guys. So if you guys want to sign up for the Patreon and subscribe star, that'd be great. It really is helpful to those ends. And also, if you don't want to see these two jabonis sitting on the couch next to each other sharing a microphone anymore, if you got a audio interface that has more than 2 fucking channels that you want to sell or give to us, that would be very helpful as well. It's a big problem for us right now. It's also helped. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the last show, having you guys on that mic, we've had no echo.
All right.
Which has been really nice too. Yeah. Yeah. And we can do with that mic, we can also do the in-ear monitors and all that stuff. So, it's one piece at a time, but if you guys wanted to help out, we'd appreciate you. So, do you think that guy did it then?
I think he's 100% guilty.
Just because of the eyes?
So,
or what?
okay. So I'm a crim major from UNI, so I take offense to this psycho getting through our net. But there's a lot of weird kids in the criminology department, of course, because you have to be kind of weird to do it. So I'm not surprised that this guy had this interest. But now, looking 2020 hindsight, they're looking back at all of his digital patterns online, and he's infatuated with it. It's not that he's curious to try and catch somebody. It's he's getting off on it. So I think it was weird they caught him on the forums. So he was like, he had a research project where he wanted to interview violent felons.
I saw that. Yeah.
And so the questions that he was asking in the online research project mirrored the ones that he was asking in a Facebook forum or a Facebook post. And yeah, the guys were onto him. The guy was like, "You're asking questions like you're a psycho." Like he's asking what hand the guy had the knife in and how he would have stabbed him and stuff and what order, and like, what are you asking?
Right.
The guy was like, "These are questions that only the killer would want to know. Why are you asking them?"
Right. Yeah, it's really bizarre shit.
So he wasn't very slick.
Registered libertarian.
Yeah, registered
libertarian. I can literally hear my son up there screaming right now. Julia said she conned him into giving her opinion. We have the Uncrustables. I got them at Costco.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, and she said in the chat that he conned her to giving him one, and then he went and fed it to the dog. That dog's had more chocolate than I do, like on a regular basis. That he feeds that dog everything, and I try to stop, but she's bad, and he's bad. Like they're both bad together.
Oh, I hear him now.
Yeah, you hear him screaming. You can hear him. Thankfully, we got noise filter on here, so you can't hear him screaming. But I can hear him yelling up there. That was the first thing I learned was that noise filter, because it was like I've always done the show in a basement, and the kids are all running around and shit upstairs, and I'm like, fuck, dude, they're gonna hear all of that. We're at the end of this thing. I don't want to drag this out too long. This solo show we're doing here. You guys got anything before we head out?
No, I don't think I got anything. Follow me on Twitter at BulldogGamer28.
Yeah, follow this guy
usual.
on Twitter.
I know Top Lobster is trying to get to 8K before he goes on.
He hit it already.
All right,
but
can
get
we
him
get
higher.
me to 200 before they go on Timcast?
Yeah, can you help my boy get to 200? Just follow him at Bulldog Gamer. Come on, it's not that hard. He puts out a fire tweet once a month or something.
I've been trying. I was tweeting out the other night about a new set of headphones I got.
Oh yeah,
pretty
dude.
Slick.
Everybody wants to hear about that shit, I'm sure. AJ, what's your TikTok? Everyone needs to follow you.
No, let's go to Twitter. I'm getting kind of wild and crazy on the Twitter now.
Oh, nice.
So,
yeah.
Poison _tip.
Yeah.
Poison_tip. And I'm got a little bump off the show. I think I'm up to 326.
There you go, buddy. Oh, you got more than
I
Ryan.
have more followers.
And Ryan
What's
was
going on with that?
Ryan was a co-host before you.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. He was a
It's a
co-host when
contest.
you were just a guest here.
It's obviously a contest now, so
Yeah.
go follow my Twitter and then follow Ryan's.
Craig D has been a member for 18 months, pretty much almost the whole time we've been doing the show. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate you, man. He says, hope you and your 87 kids had a great Christmas. Yeah, we did. It was good. It was we had to thrift a few things here and there, but we got it done. It was a good one. I appreciate
You
it.
misspelled poison there, friend. Jesus.
Guys, on
PLI.
we're gonna be doing the show on
That's the
Thursday.
win.
Hey, can you guys shut the fuck up? Listen, you're speaking right into the microphone, man. God damn.
I couldn't
my
fucking
God.
spell poison right to follow him
spelled
on
poison.
Twitter.
Oh my god.
Man.
This is the guy who doesn't smoke weed in the basement, by the way.
I'm dyslexic, okay?
We're going to be doing the show on Thursday nights now, so it'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays. My son has basketball games on Fridays, and our class got moved to Sundays. So we'll be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays, if that's okay with you guys, yeah. And next Tuesday, my good friend, today's Friday, right? Yeah, so Tuesday, my good friend Brian Nichols from The Brian Nichols Show will be on. That's going to be a fun show. He just put out a free ebook, his first one, about how to win local elections, which is pretty cool. Yeah, but he's also he's one of the, I've had him on the show before. There's a show on here with Brian Nichols. He's really, really cool and super down to earth guy. Very, very good speaker, like a really good speaker. I don't know how to explain it. He's all about meeting people where they are. That's how you win elections, and he's right. And he's very smart, and I love the guy to death. He's always been really nice to me. In fact, I think he was a part of We Are Libertarians for a while or something. One of those guys who don't like me very much. And he still was very nice to me. So, hold on.
You okay, man?
Huh?
You okay?
It's just it's the COVID. I'll be all right. You know what I mean? You guys will be all right too. Brady Burleson, what's up? Thanks for the $5 super chat. He says hello. Hello to you. We're just getting ready to sign off here. I love you guys to death. I'll see you Tuesday. Let's see. Quest said a few acoustic tiles coming your way soon. Josh, let me know if the card showed up. Yeah, I will, dude. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Quest. He's sending some 2 foot by 2 foot acoustic tiles. So we can do the ceiling.
Nice.
Yeah, the ceiling. And then we got to get some big rugs on the floor, and that'll really
Thank you.
help. Yeah, thanks, Quest. You're the man. Appreciate you guys. Quest, if you got any audio interfaces with like 4 or more channels, let me know. For XLR inputs, of course. Guys, I love you to death. I'll see you on Tuesday for the show with my good friend Brian Nichols. But until then, don't forget to break the cycle.
Due to legal reasons, I just have to explain. The lyrics of my last song may seem to contain a violent call to action in the verse and refrain, but I just meant it in Minecraft. The helicopter part was in reference to GTA 5 and the things you do. So when any violence you commit, I am not an excuse, because I just meant it in Minecraft. Well, Chipper is my friend and he's constantly cold. Accusations of incitement getting totally old. Make your own choices, yeah, you have control, because I just meant it in Minecraft. Obviously I would never advocate force, unless there's due process and a trial, of course. And if you're convicted, we will make you a corpse in Minecraft, just in Minecraft. Nothing I mean, you know it. The product finished cause it closed from COVID.